right? And, whenever anybody says like, well, I don't know why I'm not in that spot. Like, I don't know. Are you more over than Cody? Are you more over than Roman? Are you more over than Punk? Are you more over than Liv? EO, right? The people that are in that spot. Get there. Start to make those crowd reactions happen. Whatever you need to make it happen, that's what we're all here for to do. So I love that mentality because I think it makes...
Welcome to the Tea Drop, where the brew is strong and there's lots to talk about. This weekend's SummerSlam Media Scrum just handed us a thesis statement from the Chief Content Officer. Top sports aren't handed out. There are no turns. Get more over than Cody, Roman, Punk, Liv, or EO. Then the machine follows you. That line is clean. It sounds fair. It sounds like merit. Tonight, though, we fact-checked the rule against the roster's history, including under his own creative, and asked the only question that matters. If over is the key, why have so many over wrestlers never been handed the door to the room he just described? Let's get to the drop. A few weeks before SummerSlam, Damian Priest told Cody Rhodes on SmackDown he was tired of seeing the same names locked into the biggest spots on the main roster. Fans have been echoing the same thing for weeks. Elevate Obafemi, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker, and others instead of recycling the Roman, Cody, Punk, Seth tier. Triple H was asked about that frustration at the SummerSlam 2026 Night 1 post-show. What he actually said was interesting. He said top performers earned those spots over time. They're selling tickets, and they're incredibly popular. The narrative of it's my turn, there are no turns. You earn the spot. He said if somebody is getting over more than somebody else, they move that person up and the other person down. Then the line that will live on every wrestling account for a month at this point is that 99% of the time in this business, the person gets over and then gets pushed. That's how it's supposed to work. The challenge that he said during the post is, are you more over than Cody or Roman or Punk or Liv or EO? Make those crowds' reaction happen. If you want the spot, go take it. Can they hold up in this spot? Will they screw it up? Will creative regret the call? So the official philosophy became over first, push second, 90% of the time. Plus they trust skill filter creative control. That second half is the escape hatch. Keep it in your pocket because the contradiction cases hit hardest when someone already cleared the first test, the crowd, and still never got the door. So let's get to that. Let's talk about the first contradiction case, which is LA Knight. With the first thing being is that the crowd already answered the question from 2023 onward. LA Knight became one of the loudest organic pops on the roster. Catchphrases on command, music hits equate to the building moving with noise. That is the textbook definition of make those crowds reaction happen. Yet, Triple H's own weight line, years into that heat, the public posture wasn't. He's over it. He's not over. It was patience theater. Triple H on LA Knight, basically, which has been widely reported from, I think as far as back as the 2023 Money in the Bank era, and it was later echoed on an Unreal episode. Good things come to those who wait, is what he said. Waiting is creative holding the key while the crowd already unlocked the door. And even after that, a Hall of Famer said the quiet part out loud. On the Phenomenal Retro podcast, AJ Styles said the following: I do hope he gets to be world champion. I really think he has earned it. He's a guy that could hold a world heavyweight championship with no problem. And he's got the mouth to back it up. Time's coming and it waits for no one. When it comes to the Triple H's scrum test, are you more over than the names above you? Make the reaction happen. We follow you over. LA Knight's public record at this point, reactions have been happening for years. He got, we'll say fairly, that mid-card gold happened, but the world title door did not yet. You can argue the trust filter. You can argue timing. You cannot argue he failed the over test the CCO just put on camera. If over is the currency, the megastar has been printing it for weeks now. Creative just hasn't been cashing the check. Let's talk about the second contradiction case, which is Chad Gable. Now, Chad Gable is the walking argument for crowd connection without the final reward. Olympic level amateur credibility, makes bad gimmicks works, gets real wrestler chants from crowds that ignore half the mid-card. As of SummerSlam 2026 week, and I am recording this on Sunday morning, so it's before his match at night 2. ESPN match notes put it bluntly when it came to this. Gable was chasing his first single title on WWE main roster. His 6th Intercontinental Championship match on a big stage, home crowd in Minneapolis, still looking to break through. Now, the contradiction to all this is nobody serious says Gable isn't over in the buildings. The gap is presentation and finishing the story. If the rule is get over, get the push, a multi-year singles drought at his reaction level is the rule failing in public, or the trust filter quietly overriding the crowd every time. Triple H's quote treats over like a ladder. Gable's career treats over like a treadmill. Let's go to the third contradiction case, which is the pattern that we've seen older than the Triple H regime. And we can start with one of the simplest ones, which is Zack Ryder, also known right now as Matt Cardona. He got over without the machine. Ryder built a YouTube audience WWE didn't assign him years ago. The crowd followed, Creative buried the momentum for him for years though. The Intercontinental win at WrestleMania 32 back in 2016 was a late emotional peak. He gets over without permission. He paid for it. That's not Triple H's invention. But his whole "we follow over" line has to answer the same graveyard question. Anyway, another person older than the regime is Montez Ford. Athletically over, door half open. Street Profits gets pops. Ford's athleticism is appointment TV in spots, a sustained singles main event runway comparable to the Cody Roman tier has not materialized. Fans and press discord for years have been, why won't they pull the trigger? Not why won't the crowd care? Our truth. Comedic over as a career ceiling. Dozens of 24/7 reigns, instant recognition, building lights up, never a WWE championship or even world heavyweight championship run on the main roster. Over was never the missing ingredient for him. The spot definition was. Another one, Shinsuke Nakamura. He was hottest over and wrong finish. Post NXT call-up, Nakamura's entrance were appointed viewing. You must be there to watch it. The world title contradiction many expected in the 2017-18 window never landed the way the crowd heat suggested it should. Intercontinental gold later is not the same test Triple H just described for Cody or Roman attitude. Different eras, same diagram. Crowd writes the petition, Creative stamps the visas. When the stamp never comes, the get over first quote starts to sound like a slogan, not a system. Oh, let's talk about the internal contradiction when it comes to Hunter against Hunter himself. Both halves can be true in a boardroom. Both halves cannot be marketed as a clean meritocracy without receipts, because the moment you add a subjective trust veto, are you more over than Cody, stops being a measurable test and becomes a moving target Creative controls after the crowd has already voted. That's the real tea when it comes to this video. The quote blames the talent cue. The history often blames the gate. Damian Priest's on-screen frustration and the fan discord weren't "give me the turn." They were the same 5 names are the ceiling. Hunter answered with a homework assignment, the case files say some people already turned in the homework. Now, this is what I'll give him credit for. Saying out loud that ticket-selling incumbents aren't vanity picks, Cody, Roman, Punk, Liv, Io didn't materialize from a spreadsheet alone. Is rejecting pure entitlement, booking, and dead company energy, admitting frustration can be fuel. Healthy if the door actually opens for the people who convert it. And the counter credit the IWC and a lot of critics keep repeating for a reason, you cannot tell the locker room, make the crowd reaction happen, while a multi-year over act like LA Knight is still waiting on the same door, while Gable is still hunting for singles gold on the main roster, while the Ryder lesson sits in the company's history books. Over without opportunity is just expensive karaoke. Triple H drew a bright line at SummerSlam's media scrum this weekend. Top spots are earned in the crowd, then creative follows, then contradiction isn't complicated. It's a list of wrestlers who already paid in crowd heat and never got the keys to the floor he just described. Anyway, drop your thoughts in the comments. Who already passed the over test on his watch and still can't get in the room? And as always, if the T hit right, hit the like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.